my floss tube. I'm Rhonda,
This is
and
Drew.
Drew is back today. He's been missing in action for a while. So today is October 7th, and I forgot to see. Is this number 38? I think it's floss tube number 38, but I'm not sure. I'm back and I'm trying to get more into a schedule. So it's only been 2 weeks instead of, was it 5 months? It was a long time. So I'm back, and this is going to be another short one. I'm decided I want to try and do them more often, but keep them a little shorter so that they're not so long and drag out. We'll share today some of the new things that I have done, and I've got, what have I got? One thing that I've had out for quite a while, but I didn't ever show here. And then I went to a class a while back, a couple weeks ago, and made some found item Suncatchers. So I'm going to share those today too. And also, where did I put that? Oh, hey Drew, come here. I need you to hand me this. And why did you disappear?
Because, what do you need?
That. Yes.
So
every floss tube now, I'm going to try and share something that's an old project, an old stitch. And I drug this up from the basement last night because I kind of decorated a little bit for fall season. And this is one thing that I try and put up every year. I don't always decorate a lot for the seasons, but I just love this thing. This was a Doreen Frost, and it's been embroidered. I think it was a drawing of hers that I transferred onto just a piece of, looks like it's an old piece of a sheet maybe, and I dyed it, and I embroidered it, and then I used chalk to color it in. And I just think it's just the sweetest. I love Doreen Frost's designs. She has a lot of punch needle and wool work stuff, wool applique. And a lot of this, like the pumpkin head girl. Her stuff is so neat. I haven't done anything for a while. I need to go back and see what else she's got. So that is my my old stitch. It's not a cross stitch, I guess, but it is embroidered. So there's my old one. And then this one here is called Crows in the Pumpkin Patch, and I've had it out for a while, but I know I didn't share it because I haven't been filming like I should. So this guy is stitched, gosh, I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't remember. Sorry for the noise. There, look it up in my book. And I know he's been dyed, so I dyed after stitching. I have a whole bunch of them I haven't shown. Okay, this is 36 Parchment by Fiber on a Whim, and I got it from Hollis Hand Creates, so it's definitely a different linen. It's not my normal Nate Berkus. Yeah, I listed this back in July. So I know that I dyed this after stitching, and it's got some like long stitches for his hair, for the straw coming out of his hat, and his arms, or his hands and his legs. But there's that one, and I should have I have little crow buttons that would look cute on this. They're little black crow buttons, and the scarecrow would look cute too, the little scarecrow needle minder to match. So there's that. That's been out for a while. And my new ones, okay, I put this one out a while back, and I had gathered up all my word pillows, and I have them all. I should get those, I should show that sometime. I have them in a big trencher, a big old wooden trencher, and I posted that a while back on social media, and people were letting me know new words that they would like to see for word pillows. So the first one I did because it's Halloween time. So there's Halloween. And then I also took the little bat guy. And this is also included in the chart. So it's just him. And he's got a little bat button hanging from him. This one's got the bigger bat button hanging from him. And these are also Nate Berkus. These are the Nate Berkus fabrics, and they have been dyed after stitching. And I almost always stitch 1/2. And that's what I've done with this one. And that's what I've done with this one, 1/2. And the Halloween ones, so those are like a 2-for-1. So that's the first of my new word pillows. I've got a few more I want to stitch up. I've got a couple Christmassy ones and some other ones too, if you're interested in those. Those stitch up really fast, and they just make a nice little pillow. And then today I just listed my Come with Thankful Hearts, and it's a grouping of 5. So it's got the Pilgrim Man, and the Pilgrim Woman. These are tiny. I'm in the mood for tiny things again. I like to stitch little things a lot. And then the words, Come with Thankful Hearts. Hope you can see these. Drew doesn't have my light turned on. And a turkey, and a quilt block. I had a white pumpkin button on the center of this, and so if you want to see that, if you go on social media or go to my Etsy shop, it shows that. But then I took it off so you could see what it looks like without the button too. So there's those 5, and they look really nice together in a wooden bowl or wherever you want to set them. But then they also coordinate with, now I'm confusing myself. Okay. They coordinate with the ones I showed last time that I was just working on. I guess I didn't show these last time because they weren't finished. So these are called Harvest Time. So there's the pillow, Harvest Time. And then there's a pumpkin. And an ear of Indian corn. And then there's a brown leaf and a gold leaf. And this guy's got an acorn button hanging there. And this one's got the leaf button. That's a red leaf. And those come together as one. I mean, you buy the pattern and you get all 5 of these, or you buy the pattern and you get all 5 charts for Come with Thankful Hearts. I also have them charted, and so originally I was going to stitch them all in a row. So have like the boy pumpkin, or the boy pilgrim, and then the words, and then I don't remember how I charted it. You could move them around. So you'd have them all 5 in a row and you could frame them. That chart's included too, with a very simple border. And these are the same way. They come with each individual design, or you can stitch them all together and there's a chart for them all together in a row. I might still do that too, because then you can frame it, and I think it would be very pretty. Or they mix and match. So you can put them all together in a bowl, or you can choose 1 or 2, or however you want to do it. I'm not doing a very good job here, but they fit nicely. Whoops. In a bigger bowl, an old wooden bowl, or on a shelf. But they all kind of coordinate. The colors all go well together. And these are all stitched, again, 1/2. These are on the Nate Berkus, and I dyed them after stitching. And they're stuffed with a little bit of fiber fill and some crushed walnut shells. So that's not it. I was just gonna say that's it for my fall stitching, but I have one more thing and I'll show it to you. It's not quite done yet. The last cross stitch fully finished objects that I have are my pin cushions that I've started making. And I've listed 3 of them, and I have a few more to list. But these are so fun to make. I started making them in these old zinc mason jar lids because I have an abundance of them that I've picked up at a garage sale once years ago. And I decided it was time to use them. So I came up with these pin cushions. So this one's the chicken, and there's a little chicken button that I've included with him. And this one's a black crow. Oh, there's the crow button that I was talking about earlier. So there's the black crow with the crow button. And then I have a sunflower. I don't have a sunflower button. Abby's making me some more. I ran out. There's the sunflower button, or the sunflower pin cushion. These fit, I made this to fit into the mason jar lid, and then I got to thinking, so see, it fits in the mason jar lid. I also had some of these, and I think these are old Jello molds. They're small, and these things fit just fine in those too. So anything you have around the house that you want to stick into or turn into a pin cushion holder, you'd be amazed at what you can find. So yep, that fits in there too. And these are 3 separate patterns. They're all stitched on the Nate Berkus, so it's 36 count. They again dyed after stitching 1/2. They're each individual pattern, but the patterns include a link to a tutorial that tells you how, or shows you. It's typical for me. It's not, I don't follow directions, or I just kind of do. And so when I try and do a tutorial, don't expect measurements or perfection, because that's not how I do things. As you can see, here's the back. I just do. So there will be a tutorial, but if you do watch the tutorial and have questions, please reach out to me, because I will be more than glad to answer questions. I am not, I don't feel I'm very good at tutorials, so I do better if I watch and do it myself. So I show you how I do it, and I might be confusing when I explain things. So if you need help, just please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I was trying to think, we do have, I've got some new buttons. These I have not listed, but I'm going to here shortly, hopefully soon. These little chickens. I don't know if you can see it. I love these little chickens. They're kind of brownish, reddish color, and they're cute. They're so little. But of course I had to have a chicken button. And we do have chicken needle minders too, so if you're interested in a chicken needle minder, I didn't pull any of those, but I do have some. And I have the jack-o'-lantern buttons, and they have been restocked because we've sold out of those a couple times now, so they are cute too. They're kind of orange. They're orange, they're not real deep or dark, but they are. And there's 3 different faces, so when you order them, there's no guarantee which face you'll get, just so that you know that, but they're also similar that, okay, see? All right, here's the 3 different ones. So there's that one, but they are really similar. I should probably have a piece of paper behind them so you can see them better. And that one, that's the jack-o'-lanterns. And then these are my new favorites. I just fell in love with these when Abby brought them to me. And again, there's 3 different colors, but they're real similar, so it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if I got a green one or not. Okay, let me see if I can find a piece of paper. so that we can let's pull one of these out and use the back. These are the leaf buttons. Is that gonna work? Yeah. So there's, oh, it's hard to do this. That one's the red one, I think. If you can see it. The red one, the orange one, and there's a brown one, and a dark green one. There's the dark green one. They're really pretty, and I will, there will be a drop down. Some of the listings for buttons, like these little chickens, there won't be an option because they're just too small. So they will come with one hole, just like the little crow button. It'll come with one hole because there's just not room to put two holes. So we call it a button. It's kind of a charm, more of a charm than a button. You can hang it. You can still attach it with needle and thread, but they look nice when you attach them with a bulb pin or a safety pin. So the chickens, if they don't have an option, they come with one hole. If some of them will have a drop-down box, so excuse me, like the leaves will have a drop-down box, and you'll have the option of no hole, one hole, or two holes. So I can drill two holes in it and you can attach them just like a button. The jack-o'-lanterns only come one hole because of the faces. It would be really hard to drill the two holes and make it look nice. So just be aware when you order them that if there's no drop-down box, it will say in the description that it will come with one hole. But if it does have a drop-down box, you'll have to choose. And I leave the option of no hole because once in a while somebody will ask for one, and I suppose they're going to attach it to some, I don't know what they would attach it to, I guess. But anyway, you can have them without. So there's that too. So that's the new buttons. And I know she's working on, she showed me one this morning she's working on that's really, really cute. So hopefully I'll have it for next time. And we should be getting sunflower buttons. I should be getting those this weekend to get those restocked too. I think that's it for my fully finished projects. I was going to let you know too, not next week, but the following week, which is when I probably would try and do a new floss tube, we are going to go on vacation. So we'll be in Branson that week. And so we won't, obviously I probably won't be doing a floss tube. I do plan on keeping the Etsy shop open. So if you want to order and you order during that time, I'm going to extend my shipping time so that you know that I won't get it shipped out. I try very hard to ship out either the day of or the following day that I receive an order. So it will be gone a week. So it'll be the following week that I will get them out as soon as I can, but I can't make any promises that they will be shipped out like they normally are. So just be aware that if you order the 20th through the 24th, we won't be home, and so I'll try and get them out then the following week as soon as possible. And I do have, this one's a finish, but it's not fully finished. And I've got the one fall project left, and then I'm starting on Christmas. And I'll just give you a sneak peek. So this is one of my Christmas projects. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to finish it. That one I stitched in brown, and this one I stitched all in black. I think it'd be pretty stitched in red. I do have a coordinating button, needle minder button that goes along with this that I will show when I get this finished. It's real pretty. So this is the first of my Christmas projects. And this one's finished, but not fully finished, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna fully finish that. This one is the last of my fall, autumn, Halloween stitches, and it's not done, but I wanted to show you. This one's been stitched and dyed, but there's a spot down here. This is the sheep, and as you can see, he only has a head and legs. And I will go back later today, and after I've dyed, so I stitched the whole thing and then I dyed it, and now I'll go back and stitch the white sheep, and that is how I make him pop. Sometimes I like to stitch the white and then dye everything, but then that white becomes dark, and sometimes it gets a little ghosty. So depending on my project, I may or may not dye it after I stitch it. But this one, I didn't want him to be ghosty. I want him to really pop. So I will go back tonight and I'm gonna stitch him. Now I haven't decided if I'll stitch him in white or if I'll stitch him in something that's just a little, like an off-white. It won't be ecru, I don't think, but something a little off-white, so that it's not quite as, since everything else is dyed in prim, real prim. I don't know, we'll see what I end up doing tonight. But I do that a lot with things. I just wanted to show you how I do that. So this one's been stitched on my Nate Berkus 1/2. It's all DMC. Oh, I should verify. I should tell you that. These are the Thankful Hearts grouping has been stitched with Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. So all three of them are included in this one. I do include a DMC conversion chart. And then the other one, the Harvest Time, these were all stitched Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works, no DMC. But again, there is included a DMC conversion chart for these, because I know not everybody stitches with the fancy flosses, and some people prefer DMC. So just bear in mind, if you order these and you do want to stitch them in DMC, the chart is there. I don't normally use the Weeks Dye Works or the other one, Gentle Arts, but I got them all organized. I got them all pulled out. I've got them all on rings, and I've got them all, I got the cross stitch app. I don't remember what it's called, and it's on my phone. Is it X Stitch? And I've got everything included, or everything put in there now. As far as my fancy flosses, I don't have all my DMCs put in there yet, but I'm hoping to work on that as we travel down to Branson. And I'm putting all of my projects in there, and it's so nice to be able to have them all on my phone so I can look them up if I need to, and it's wonderful. But after I pulled out all those flosses, I thought I really need to use them, because I have a lot, way more than I realized. So you might start seeing more of the Gentle Arts and the Weeks Dye Works and some of the other things that I have too as we move along. So that is all that I have for cross stitch. But I did go to, like I said, I went to a class at Fiddle-dee-dee. Fiddle-dee-dee is the store in the neighboring town where she offers found objects, and she goes to a lot of estate sales, and she makes a lot of things. It's just the sweetest little shop, and she serves lunches, and they are delicious. And we look forward to going. That's where we do our sit and stitch twice a month, and once in a while she has classes. She has people come in and offer classes, and so I took this one, and I thought it was called, I think it was called Salvaged Item Suncatchers. And I didn't make it. They had one class and I couldn't make it. And so she had some things to buy, some of these to buy. So I did purchase a couple of them. And then she offered a class later. And so I took the class. So this is one that she had for sale. And it's used, this is like a piece of old driftwood. And everything is just found, just things that she said that she has around the house that she just pulls together. And so there's that one. That one's smaller. And then this is the other one that I purchased. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see them. And as you can see, it's all old. So like this is a little from an old teaspoon set, measuring spoons. Old jewelry, pieces from old jewelry. This is one of those Jello molds like I made the pincushion out of. That's what this is, an old funnel. Over here, there's an old spool of thread. Down here's an old bobbin. They're just fun. And since I have a lot of this stuff around the house, I wanted to learn how to make them myself. So she offered the class. And this is the one that I made. She just had all the stuff there, and you just choose, you just went in and chose the pieces that you wanted to use. And you could either do a 1 strand like this, or you could do a 3 strand. And I like this one, but after I got this one home, compared it to this one, I really like these, like the double with the something in the center. But this one has an old thimble. I thought maybe I've got so much old jewelry that I've picked up, like back when Drew and I were making scissor fobs and those type of things, keychains. Thought, you know what? These might be kind of fun to make. This one doesn't have, I didn't use any of those. I like using those crystals because they look so pretty when you hang them and the sun catches them. Those bigger crystals. So that was fun. I just wanted to show everybody because sometimes you get tired of seeing cross stitch and cross stitch all the time. I'm going to my sit and stitch on Thursday, which is great because I didn't make it last month at all, so I'm ready to get back to that. And then Saturday I'm going to one. I always wanted to know how to do macrame, and I just never learned. And so a friend of mine's going to be offering a class over at Fiddle Dee, and we're going to make a little macrame piece that will hold a little tiny terracotta pot, and then she puts like a little piece of greenery or one of those air plants, and then she hangs them from a rear view mirror of her vehicle. So I thought that would be a good way to learn macrame because I don't really want to make any big project, but that's what we'll be doing next week. So I'll probably show that next time I do a floss tube. And I think that is all I've got. That's all I see laying here. And I did show you my piece, my old piece. So yeah. So thank you for watching. If you're new here, welcome. I should have said that at the beginning. Thank you for watching. I haven't paid much attention to how many subscribers I've got, but I'm going to check that out and see exactly if I'm at Floss Tube 38. I can't remember where I'm at, but maybe I'll do a drawing for a free pattern one of these days. We'll see how many followers I've got, and if I want to reach a certain amount of followers, or if I want to get to Floss Tube number 40. I don't know, but we'll be doing that. We'll be doing a drawing here, one of these floss tubes soon. And like I said, I won't be back in 2 weeks because we will be on vacation, and as you can hear, the boys are sitting over there talking. We haven't done, it's not going to be a full family vacation because the other 2 kids are busy and grandkids have school, and we just haven't done anything all summer long. And so just Drew and Aaron and Joe and I are going to head out to Branson and see what we can find to do there. I don't think we're going to do any of the shows. I think we're going to try and find other things to do. So I'm looking forward to that. And thank you again. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's free. Ring the bell, and that will tell you when the new floss tube is up. And I think this is it. So, well, until next time, goodbye.